Hey guys, it's Jessii Vee. So I wasn't planning on making this video today. In fact, what I'm about to tell you didn't happen until about an hour ago. Cause you know, life just keeps throwing content at me. I had something totally different planned for today, but you know, story times happen. It just seems like throughout my life, I just meet random, strange people. And that sounds harsh. It sounds very mean. But the situations I've been put in, I can't control them. So today I have a few mini story times for you. 2 of them occurred literally today, and 1 occurred like 3 days ago. So this is all like story times from this week. I feel like every so often we need to just get back to the Jessii Vee story times, the OG content. But before I begin, as I promised, today I'm going to be announcing the backdrop winner for the one before this one, you know, the whole crazy colored crazy one. So many of you submitted submissions. And unfortunately, I can only randomly select one person. And that person is Marissa Monet or Monette. I'm thinking about the painter Monet. But yeah, congrats girl on winning that backdrop. And if you guys would like a chance to win this one behind me, this mermaid tile, really cute looking one. I know it's not mermaid scales, but whenever I see it, that's what's in my brain. So if you would like a chance to win this one, I'm gonna have words in the descriptions of the last 5 videos before this one. So you will find a word at the bottom of that description box. After finding all 5, put them together in a sentence, come back here and comment it down below, and then you will be entered for this backdrop, and I will announce the winner at the end of this month. So yeah, each keyword in the last 5 videos before this one. I feel like you guys are pros at this now. You guys know what you're doing. Anyways though, let's get into these story times. I don't know if this shirt is distracting. Is it hurting your eyes? Is it giving you a headache? I feel like sometimes when I wear this pattern and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, wow, a migraine is coming on. So if it's very distracting, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now. So let's start with the story time that is the title of this video. Literally an hour ago, I went to the 99-cent store. In Canada, it's called Dollarama. I'm not too sure what it's called in the States. Do you guys have Dollarama in the States or anywhere else in the world? I keep saying in the States as if all of my subscribers come from the States, but literally all of you guys are from all over the world. I have to stop saying that. It's just in Canada we call them dollar stores. That's what I know for a fact. And I haven't been to the dollar store in probably 6 months. I think the last time I went was for that Christmas dollar store haul that I did with my boyfriend Ty. I just haven't had a need to go back there until today. And I'm not gonna tell you the reason why I went to the dollar store because I'm using it for an upcoming video. So if I give it away now, it's not gonna be a surprise. But just know that I had to go there to get stuff. So because I work from home, I have the ability to go to stores at any hour of the day that I like. That is definitely one benefit of like working for yourself because you can make your own schedules, you can go wherever you want, when you want. I mean, I'm still working like 10 hours a day, but I get to choose when I want to, you know, run my errands. So I thought that 2 p.m. would be a perfect time because most people are at work. I find the stores are a little less busy at that time. So I drove myself on over to the dollar store and I was completely right. I walked in and I was like the only one in the store aside from obviously the 2 cashiers, and there was 1 other customer in that store with me that I wasn't aware of just yet. So I'm just walking through the aisles, minding my own business, getting all the stuff that I need for this upcoming video, and suddenly, and I know this sounds so cliche, but you know when you can just like sense someone near you? Even if you can't see them, you just sense a presence around you. So I feel this way and I turn around and at the very end of the aisle staring at me is this little old lady. I'm saying old, I mean she was in her 60s. If you think that's old, I mean I don't know, it's older. So she's standing at the end of this aisle, no cart, no basket, nothing in her hands, just standing there looking at me. So I'm the type of person that when I catch someone's glance in public, I smile because I just feel like it's polite, it's respectful, it's just a friendly thing to do. So I see her staring at me, I smile a little bit awkwardly, and I turn around and continue going down this aisle. Now, as I'm walking, putting stuff in my cart, I can hear her shoes behind me, like coming closer and following me. And it wasn't like I was creeped out or afraid or anything. I mean, it's an older woman, she's not gonna harm me. It's just sort of unsettling having someone stare at you for so long and follow you wherever you're going. So then I began testing this theory and I was like, okay, what if I start going into random aisles? Let me just see if she's actually following me. So I walk into an aisle with stuff that I don't even need. I'm like in the garden aisle. Do I garden? Not really. So I'm like walking through this garden aisle, pretending to look at all the hoses and the little devices with the things that you use in the soil. I sound so dumb right now, but I don't, do you garden? Do you guys garden? I don't. My dad gardens. So I'm walking down this aisle and I'm pretending to admire some gardening gloves, and that's when she turns the corner and starts walking into this garden aisle with me. And I was still like, okay, maybe that's just a coincidence. Let me test my theory one more time. So then I walk into the electronic aisle, the place with all the wires, the cords, the light bulbs, the strands of lights, all that kind of stuff that I don't need for this upcoming video, but I'm testing my theory. So I walk down that aisle and I pretend to admire a camping lantern. I don't need a camping lantern, but I'm pretending to admire it. And that's when she turns the corner and starts walking towards me and this camping lantern. And here's the thing, there's no expression on her face. She's just staring at me, kind of walking around. And I'm thinking like, is she lost? Like, did she come here with someone? Like, it was just a very strange experience. So then I walk over to the candles, and I can't tell you guys why I need candles, because that'll spoil the upcoming video, but I was looking through them, and this is when she walks right up to me, and it's the first time she ever speaks. She goes,
"Candles. I hate candles."
And it sort of startles me because I didn't expect her to speak to me, so I was like, oh, why do you hate candles? I'm trying to like keep full composure here.
They represent each year you've lived, and all you do is set them on fire over a cake and watch them melt away like your life. Pretty symbolic, isn't it?
And I am not often like speechless in person with somebody, but I literally stood there with my hand still on the candle package and I was like, it was almost like I was waiting for her to be like, just kidding. Because it got so deep in that moment that I didn't know what to say. And then she was like,
and that's why I don't buy candles anymore. If I don't have to see my age on a cake, I don't feel as bad.
And then she turned around and walked away. Walked right out of the store. I heard the little bell over the door. It closed and I was like, well, another day in my life. No, honestly, after I paid for everything and went back to my car, I was sitting there and it was such a bizarre interaction, especially everything leading up to her actually speaking to me. I don't know if she was bored and was just intrigued by what I was doing and what I was looking at. Maybe she just wanted to talk to somebody. In the end, I kind of feel bad for her because if that's her outlook on like getting older, I mean, that sucks, right? Oh, and when I was paying before I left the store, the cashier was like, oh, that lady's here all the time talking to people. And I was like, okay. Interesting. So then I went back home, put all my stuff down, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to go on a little run. Because after all that intense behavior at the dollar store, I thought I just wanted to go out and exercise. That's usually what I do if I'm like anxious or something weird has happened. I'm like, I'm just gonna go exercise, get off all that steam, sweat out the awkwardness. So I went for a run in this neighborhood near my house. It's like a, I don't know, 2.5 kilometer loop. It's not super long. So I was on this run, minding my own business once again, and suddenly I hear the noise of a car behind me. Now that's not uncommon. I'm on a road, and usually if I'm running, cars just sort of pass by me. It's a normal thing. But I start to hear this car slowing down. And maybe I'm a very paranoid person. I don't really know. But cars slowing down beside me, ever since I was a kid, it freaks me out. So I look beside me and there's this big white moving van that's slowing down beside me, and the guy rolls down his window and he's like, "Hey, pretty girl." And then he looks at me like waiting for a response, and all I can do is be like, hi? And he's just like sitting in this truck. It's completely stopped at this point. And he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, okay, like, bye. I don't think he realized how creepy it was. He was in such a cliche situation, big white van, slowing down beside girl that's alone, rolling down window, trying to get me to go closer. Are you trying to look like a kidnapper? I don't know, the whole thing just weirded me out. So I started walking again, and then he kind of like huffed because I wasn't giving him attention, and he rolled up his window and like drove away. Like, dude, do I look like I want to walk up to your unknown truck? Do people not get it in this day and age that that's just something you don't do? Does it not register? Anyways, the last story I have to tell you happened about 3 days ago. So you know how I told you guys, I think in the last video, that the air conditioning in my house broke. So when things like that happen, you have to call for someone to come and fix it. obviously. So because I work from home and Ty's at work all day, I'm the one in the house that has to go answer the door, let the guy in, show him the furnace, and let him do his thing, you know? So the day before this furnace man is supposed to be coming over, I get a call from the company, and they're like,
so this guy is coming at such and such a time, just make sure there's someone in the house over the age of 18 to open the door for him.
And they just went through their general rules and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, cool, everything's set, I'll see him tomorrow. So it's about 10 in the morning, he rings the doorbell, I open the door, he has his bags of tools in his hands, and he looks at me and he's like,
I don't think I can be here right now.
And I was like, why? And this, you're not gonna believe what he said. He goes,
because you're not over the age of 18 and I can't be in a house working when there's someone that's not over the age of 18. Are your parents home or?
really, dude? Really? I mean, guys, do I look like I'm 17 or under? I know I look younger than I am. I'm gonna be 25, okay? Maybe I don't look 25, but I at least look like 20 maybe? Can you give me that at least? So I look at this guy and I'm like, sir, I'm gonna be 25 in February. And he was like,
oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like offend you, so I'll come in and fix your furnace.
So then he comes in and I take him into the basement where the furnace is and he's looking at it and stuff. And I don't really know what to do in these situations. Like when you have someone like a worker coming to your house to fix something, do you like stand there and observe? Do you leave the room and let them do their thing? Do you like help them? Like I just don't know what to do in these situations. So I'm just sort of standing in my basement watching him fix the furnace. And so like 10 minutes in, he turns around and looks at me and he goes,
are you just gonna stand there and watch me or?
sir, I don't know. This guy just had such an attitude about him. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just go upstairs. If you need me, just call me. So then I was texting my dad and I'm like, is it okay if he's down there by himself? And my dad's like, it's your house. You have the right to do whatever you want. If you want to stay and observe him, you can do that. If you want to go do your own thing, you can do that too. So I don't know why he was giving me all this attitude. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go upstairs then. So then he comes upstairs after he's done fixing everything. He walks up to me and he's like,
so do you make decisions in this house or does your boyfriend?
first of all, I never even told him I had a boyfriend, so he's just like assuming. And second of all, it almost sounded like he thought I was incapable of making big decisions. Like, who says that to a girl?
Do you make the decisions in this house or does your boyfriend make them for you?
Dude, I don't know, the attitude of this guy was insane. Anyway, so guys, those are my 3 mini story times for you. If I get involved in any more weird situations, I will definitely sit down here and make another story time. Before I go, I'm just gonna list off some of the new channel members. Now, if you do not hear your name on this list right now, you will eventually in an upcoming video. There's just a lot of people to go through, and I can only do a handful at a time. Okay, here we go. Maria Rubalcaba, Ducky101, Spirit Anguson, Ace D, Jessii, I know my name is hard, Meg Masters, Eel the Gamer, Tuva Clearwater, Alix Van de Voord, Hero Foxy, The BFFs, Chelsea Plays Games, The Crazy Life, Washisor, Helene Flermoen, Alicia Animations, DYDYL, Billy Bob, Ninetales is Awesome, Vicky Gutierrez, Jenna, Lydia Romish, Emma G, and Kiki, and we will stop at Rhea Sings. So thank you so much to all of those new members, and for everyone that has joined in the past week, I will say your name eventually if I have not already. I'm gonna get through them all, guys. But anyways, I hope you guys do have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!